There it is. I know what you're thinking. What the fuck did he do with his car now that he's taking it apart again? Well, it's not the same car. If you guys been following my channel for a while, you know that I have a 99 SC 300 as well as a 2002 IS300. So this is actually my wife's car, and the day after I finished my spark plugs and valve cover gaskets the last video, she called me freaking out saying that the AC doesn't work anymore and it's making a funny noise. Well, I get home, turn the AC on in the car, and it literally sounds like somebody threw a pocket full of gravel in a fucking blender. So the AC compressor took a shit. So luckily, I had that spare 2J at a Vic's car that has a functioning, working compressor, and here I am. So for those who don't know, when a compressor explodes or goes bad internally, it's recommended you get a new condenser, new expansion valve, a new dryer. And on top of that, you're going to want to get air conditioning flushing solution, which is introduced into the system with a bottle like this with compressed air. It pushes the flush through with a blower that it comes with like this with compressed air, and you push all the flush solution through all the lines and the evaporator, and that saves you some time, because in a perfect world you'd want to replace the evaporator as well. But guess what? I'm not pulling a fucking dashboard out, so a flush is gonna have to do. Went ahead and bought a fucking gallon of it. So I'm gonna use the whole fucking thing to flush the entire system. I'm also gonna flush out this compressor, and everything will be getting new oil. So with that said, I went ahead, drained the coolant, pulled out the radiator. Here's the condenser right here. I had to take the grill out so I can get to the AC line that goes to the condenser there. Luckily I did all this on Vic's IS300, so I know exactly what to do here as far as, you know, disassembling the condenser, radiator, all the AC lines and shit. Another thing too, this is the original radiator out of this car with 197,000 miles. Factory Toyota, and you can see the plastic is starting to turn brown and very brittle. I could probably just lightly tap that with a screwdriver and it'll fucking shatter. So I had this one that I pulled out of Vic's car. I just gotta clean it up a little bit. It's got some oil and shit, but it's pretty fucking fairly decently new. The plastic doesn't look brittle. It's still, you know, black, and the radiator section in the center looks pretty good. The fins aren't really all fucked up on it, except for like one or two. So that's like a side project. Even though I had to pull it out, I said fuck it, let me go ahead and put this radiator in. Even though this one isn't leaking yet, I don't want it to start leaking anytime soon. So basically how I got to this point was I safely evacuated all the refrigerant with a vacuum pump, and I have it in like a waste refrigerant tank that I have there. So you don't want to release that stuff into the atmosphere. It's bad for the environment and it's bad for you. You don't want to breathe that shit in. So system fully evacuated. While I was doing that, I was draining the coolant from the bottom of the radiator. Unplug the fans to 2 upper low radiator hoses, 2 transmission lines at the bottom if you're automatic. Unplug the 2 plugs for the fan and 1 plug for the coolant temperature sensor. And then the radiator comes out with the 2 brackets. Before you do that, you need to remove the intake because it does get in the way of pulling the fans out. And then that's pretty much it. That's where I'm at now. Pulling a radiator out of a car is very straightforward, super easy. If you have any questions about it, feel free to DM me on my Instagram. I'll walk you through the process the best I can. It's super easy. If not, I'm sure there's other videos online on how to do it. So sorry if I couldn't, you know, show you exactly how to do it. I just wanted to get it done and over with because filming takes up time that I could be actually wrenching on this thing. So my next step now is I'm gonna remove the AC line, which is right here. Hopefully you can see it right there. Separate it from the condenser, and then it'll be ready to pull out. For those who don't know, if you're familiar with AC systems and you know about the dryer inside of the system, on the IS300 it is built into the condenser right there. You can change them out at the bottom here, but since I'm getting a whole new one, it's going to come with it a new cartridge already that you pull from the bottom. If for any reason you open up an AC system, whether to fix a leak or to replace a hose or even a Schrader valve, you're going to want to replace a dryer. It's just good practice because that's going to absorb any moisture that is in the system, and moisture is a very bad thing for AC. Also, you're going to want to pull vacuum all the way, get anything out of the system that isn't refrigerant or oil, because those are the only 2 things that should be in the system. There shouldn't be any oxygen, any carbon dioxide, or whatever have you that's, you know, in the air right now, especially humidity. But always do that before you recharge your system. That's a mistake a lot of people do. They go to AutoZone, get that AC Pro bullshit, and they just fucking hook it up, charge, dump the can in there, and go on their merry way. And it blows cold. It does. But for how long? Who knows? Because you could have overcharged the system. They could have introduced foreign material, such as, you know, these caps, these charging ports. If you're missing the Schrader back, the caps that go over the Schrader valve here, you're gonna get sand, dirt, dust, water, fucking oil, insects, whatever you can imagine will get in there. And if you just put that AC line directly to that and send refrigerant through, whatever's sitting inside of that hole there is getting introduced into the system, and that's gonna fuck your compressor. So I got the condenser out, and it's pretty easy. There's 2 lines, one at the very bottom and one right there about halfway up. But I wanted to pull this dryer out for you guys. This is the bottom side of the dryer. This is, condenser. And this is the bottom side of the dryer itself. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take a 10mm Allen 6-point. Just pull it off like that. That's the plug that's going to be in the bottom. And looks like a little filter. Yeah, the filter is blowing out right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty fucking dirty. That's fucked. Yeah, that was bad. So basically this is like a sock and it has I forgot the name of it, but you know when you buy new shoes or something and it has a little packet that says do not eat? Yeah, it's got that shit in it. And what that does, it absorbs any moisture. Let me get some scissors. That's all it is. So this goes in there. On the SE300s, just for, you know, future reference, it's a you can't pull it out like this. It's separate into the line. It's just like a metal canister that's in line. You just unbolt it, bolt the new one back on, and you're done. And it's behind the driver's side headlight. So you pull the driver's side headlight out and you'll see the dryer right there. It's super easy. Yeah, man, but overall this thing looks fucking terrible. I'm super glad I got a new one. Anyway, so that's the dryer. Next, I got the V-belt off, and I'm gonna go ahead and start removing the compressor and then prepping this one. So this is obviously gonna be a 2-day job. I ordered the condenser on eBay, and it's gonna be coming FedEx tomorrow, which is cool. I don't want to rush this. I got 4 days to do this shit. Today's 4th of July. Thursday I got Friday off, Saturday, Sunday off, and then I'm back to work on Monday, which leaves me 4 days to do this project. So I'm not going to kill myself, but I'm going to try to keep a good pace because I want the car back on the road. Got my little helper here. All right, so she's proud that her dad's a YouTuber. All right, anyways, sorry I haven't been recording much. I've just kind of been, you know, hustling really hard on this car, but I did manage to get the compressor about 99% off the car. The only thing that's holding me back is the one stud on top, on the back of the compressor, where it's attached to the engine block, and you can take the 14mm nut off the stud and try to slide the compressor off that stud. However, it's going to hit the frame rail and you don't have enough clearance. So there is a way to remove that stud from the engine block, so you can drop the compressor straight down. And let me get my hand in here. It is this stud right here that goes directly into the engine block. So as you can see, I did have to unbolt and move the power steering pump aside. And that's pretty much it. There's the power steering bracket, and then, which is all 14mm bolts, some long, some short, and then that's pretty much it. It's super fucking easy. And the socket that fits on the end of that stud, it's that right there. It is called an E10. And I think they call this an inverted Torx or reverse Torx. I'm not entirely sure on the exact name of it. That's what it looks like. And it's an E10. And that's gonna fit exactly on the end of the stud. Time to put a ratchet on it and get to turning. Hopefully you guys can see that. There we go, and the compressor's loose. There we go. Oh yeah, this thing is toast. All right, so the AC compressor is out, condenser is out, fucking all kinds of shit. I haven't done the expansion valve because I wanted to do the flush first with the old valve before I put the new one in. That way I don't get any junk trapped in a new one. I have 1 US gallon. I got my little measuring cup here that goes to 8 ounces, so I'll be doing 2 of these. 6. And that's 8. Get my handy dandy funnel. Get it off this place. There's the first 8. About halfway. Round 2. There's another 8. This has no smell to it. $16 ounces. Alright, so basically on the high side with my quick connect fitting, they look like this. I have it attached, turn the knob, and it's going to press it on the Schrader valve. And then because I had the condenser taken out, I'm going to put my finger over this end, and then it's going to allow the flush to go through the other end into the down the line through the firewall, the expansion valve, back out to the low side, and it's going to spit out all over the ground down there. All right, opening the valve slowly. There it is. That's pretty cool. So let me secure this end here. There it is. See all the junk coming out? Fuck, there's a lot of dye in here. That sucks. Right now I just did 2 flushes, 16 ounces each, and I have compressed air flowing through the AC system by itself to kind of push some more of the flush stuff out. I'm about to do a 3rd can now, and then let me disconnect this. Disconnect the gauge here, hook up my compressed air, hook it up to the high pressure. I'm about to send it one more time. So, put my hand over that end and open slowly. And it's going to start pushing it out. There it is. Holy shit. That's a lot. Alright, so that is where I'm at for the day. Did a full flush. Then I made sure to push everything out with compressed air for about 5-10 minutes. I'm probably gonna come back in the morning, do compressed air some more just to blow it out, the rest of it out. And hopefully the condenser will be here, start assembling everything. There's the good compressor. I do need to clean it up. 3 cans of refrigerant, blah blah blah. The expansion valve I'm also gonna do tomorrow, and get everything back together, and then hopefully charge it, see what happens. But until then, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for part 2, which should be uploaded in a couple days after this. Thanks.